Good afternoon, all you Sand Run Travel travelers, and happy October. Here we are again for our monthly review of adventurous locations in our monthly show. We have managed to get through 7 months of COVID. We are still traveling, although with much smaller groups than we would have expected this year. However, we've done some kind of interesting things here in the last month. And one of the things we did, we went up to Presque Isle. But on the way home, what I really wanted to tell you about is a little winery we identified. We stopped at a place called Laurentia Winery, since there was a small group. And want to tell you, it's a very elegant, romantic winery up in Madison, Ohio. Great food. I wouldn't call it a large plate, but a very, very nice menu. The nice wines we had, everyone enjoyed the wines. The only problem was that we can't do a true wine tasting in the state of Ohio right now. But we enjoyed ourselves. We had a great hour and a half dinner with the small group that was there. So if you're ever up in the area or looking for a place maybe to have an enjoyable couple of hours, we'd strongly recommend you take in Laurentia Winery. As for San Juan Travels, we still are going to Las Vegas. We have, again, a small group. We are going. If you've got the least bit of interest, let us know. We leave October 25th. I'm pretty sure I can get you on there. I know I can get you a room at the Golden Nugget with us. The airline might be a little bit of a question, but give us a call. It's a terrific 4-night, 5-day stay. And if you've got the interest, give us a call, like I said. And we are going to do the Belterra trip in November. At least we hope to. The Presque Isle trip kind of told us that we can do a caravan type thing where we take individual cars and we structure a different kind of a trip. We are going to do a mini wine, and we are going to change the pricing of it. I believe the pricing will drop to $145 a person. That's a pretty good estimate right now versus $195 a person. But you're going to travel by car, your own car. We suggest buddying up. We will have the ability to take 2 couples with San Juan travel cars. But by doing that, we can reduce the price, we can get folks away, and we can go ahead and do the mini wine tour. There will be 3 wineries included. So if you're interested in that, let us know. We'd love to have you aboard and try some of the new style traveling that we're going to be doing. We do anticipate this may be required for part of 2021. We're hoping not, but you never know how we're going to go when we come out of this pandemic. A couple of changes to next year that we've already identified. We are going to do we call it our Mother's Day tour, but it will be to Seneca, Allegheny. And we are going to do it the weekend after Mother's Day. That way you can spend Mother's Day with Mom and still give her an exciting trip for the following weekend, and maybe even go with her. The other change that we have made, the Poconos will be our wine tour. We decided that since very few people were able to enjoy that tour with us this year, we would do it again. So we're going to go back to the Mohegan Sun in September next year and do the wine tour. At the end of the show, stay tuned for the drawing, our monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. Now this month, we're going to focus on Savannah and Charleston. And the first thing we're going to look at is Savannah, Georgia. Now, this is a little bit different than we normally do our shows, but it's to highlight some of the places you might go other than casinos in the United States. And of course, Charleston, you can cruise out of and do some really, really interesting Bahamas cruise. Savannah focuses on ghost tours. Uh, Excuse me, I'm having a little trouble with my teeth these days. With ghost tours, and it's a tremendous area to go ahead and kind of get into the old ghost tour and the Confederacy, and then they've redeveloped their River Street, and it's really kind of a very, very enjoyable type place.
Okay.
So our first little tour is going to be at Savannah. So let me bring that up for you right now.
Manicured parks and ornate antebellum architecture, its cobblestone historic district is filled with parks shaded by magnolia blossoms and oak trees covered with Spanish moss, discovered Savannah's unique ambiance and wonderful dining options. I'm Donna Salerno, and today we explore the top 10 things to do in this amazing city. This National Historic Landmark District is one of the largest in the United States. It features 18th and 19th century architecture and green spaces with a wide selection of restaurants and shops. The Old Warehouse District today is a main feature of the city. The Savannah River provides both a stunning backdrop of marine activity and great vantage point to view the waterfront. The Cathedral of St. John, built in 1896 in the Gothic Revival style, is known for its iconic spires. French settlers were the first Catholics to settle in the area. This park covers 30 acres of the Savannah Historic District. It features walking paths, tennis and basketball courts, and hosts many concerts and festivals throughout the year. City Market retains its historic charm with a wonderful collection of shops and restaurants. Stroll the shaded courtyard between two Savannah squares, surrounded by bistros and galleries, serenaded by local musicians. From here you can catch a horse-drawn carriage or trolley to explore the city. These are the oldest public art museums in the Southeast. 3 buildings with a permanent collection of more than 4,000 works of art from America and Europe. Located in the historic district, the museum consists of the Telfair Academy, the Owens Thomas House, and the Contemporary Jepson Center. This is one of the oldest synagogues in the United States. It's a rare example of Gothic style and listed on the national.
Shut off.
It'll be back. Sorry about this, folks, but sometimes the technology doesn't stay up with what we're trying to do.
Register of Historic Places. Built in 1820, this house museum is operated by the Historic Savannah Foundation. Visiting is essential in experiencing the early days of Savannah and its preservation renaissance. The Davenport offers special tours, activities, and living history programs. This cemetery is located on a scenic bluff overlooking Wilmington River, east of Savannah. It became famous when it was featured in the best-selling movie and novel, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Built in 1860, it is one of the earliest private restorations. View the antique furniture, early English and American portraits, and a wide collection of Chinese porcelain. Stroll the streets and absorb the culture and dining in Savannah. This coastal town has it all. Put your walking shoes on, grab a bike, or hop a carriage ride and see the sights in style. Any way you can, come and enjoy this wonderful getaway.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of that. And I know we're giving a plug to a rival travel agent, Dallas Salerno, though. Her videos are available out on YouTube. And I'm really hoping I need to close this off here and make sure that we get this done. So I need to get back here. There we are. And we're really, and part of the reason I put these two together, there we have Savannah. And one of the reasons I put Charleston and Savannah together is that they're really closer. They're only a couple hours apart. And if you do one, you'd really be best off. Go ahead and do the other one. They're both very historic sites and very interesting. Well, now we're going to go on to Charleston. And I've got another video that you can find on YouTube about Charleston. And then a little slideshow that Reg and I put together just to see when the last time we were in Charleston in some of our recollections. So if we can now, I will go ahead and I'm going to bring up the other screen that we've got going here, and we'll see where you can look at in Charleston. And as this is coming up, I hope it comes up and our technology agrees with us this time. And off we go, and we can take a look at what Charleston has to offer.
This gem of the South is as welcoming as it is charming. Hi, I'm Donna Salerno, and welcome to Charleston, South Carolina. There's so much to do in this city, it's a challenge to see it all in a single visit. Let's discover the top 10 things that help make this town so interesting. Welcome to the Historic District. Stroll along cobblestone streets of Rainbow Row. Take a ride in a horse-drawn carriage and shop in the bustling markets. Try the exceptional low country cuisine in one of the many great restaurants that call this city home. Many of the city arts and crafts can be found in the city market. One of the more sought-after treasures are the sweetgrass baskets, hand-woven by the descendants of the Gula Geechee people. Make sure to visit the famous historic homes, Aiken Bread House, Nathaniel Russell Home, the Calhoun Mansion, and Joseph Manigault House, to name just a few. At the south end of the city, enjoy the exceptional views from the Battery and White Point Garden. Stroll along the walkways, take in the waterfront and historic homes. Make sure to visit the magnificent plantation homes and museums. History is preserved and comes alive on your tour of Middleton Place, Magnolia Plantation and Gardens, and Boone Hall. Walk along the shaded pathways of the Riley Waterfront Park. From the pier, you can look across the busy waterway, filled with ships and boats of all sizes.
There's a Carnival cruise ship that probably we were on the last trip we were down there.
That reflect the history of religious freedom, enjoyed by the early settlers that practiced many faiths. At the mouth of the Cooper River sits the USS Yorktown at Patriots Point Naval and Maritime Museum. Along with the destroyer and submarine, the visitor can explore some of the history of America's most impressive ships and aircraft. You'll get to see where the first shots of the Civil War were fired and learn about Fort Sumter's role in the Civil War. The knowledgeable National Park Rangers will relay stories of courageous heroes in action. Remember to view the museum at Liberty Square. If you can, visit the Citadel Military College on Friday afternoon. The cadets are on full display with an impressive drill and inspection parade, complete with marching band and bagpipes. Modern-day ceremonies are conducted to inspect troops, render honors, preserve tradition, and foster esprit de corps. It's a spectacle you will not forget. With so many sights to explore, it's no wonder that visitors keep coming back for more. Contact Donna Salerno Travel today to plan your trip to Charleston and any other destination world.
Well, there we go, folks. That's Charleston, and really one of my favorite cities, and especially one of my favorite port cities in the country. It's a lot of really interesting things to do, a lot of great places to eat, and really a great port city because there's very few ships that go in and out of Charleston, so you really feel like you're just in your own little world. And as I said, we have some pictures from the last time we were down to do a cruise out of Charleston. So I thought Reg is going to talk a little bit about some of the slides that we have. We don't have a lot, but just a little bit more about the architecture, etc. Take it away, Reg.
Well, like Steve said, we did do a walking tour of Charleston, of downtown Charleston, and we started off at the Mills House, which is one of the older historical homes there in Charleston. This picture is the inside lobby of the Mills House. It's very well appointed. Give you a lot of feel for what it felt, what the places looked like during those antebellum times. As we're walking, you get a better feel for the architecture of the city. And you can see that they have maintained a lot of the old architecture and kept the city very well maintained and very clean. The churches were always fantastic to look at. They said the Catholics were the first settlers in that area, and they built some very big structures to worship in. The city itself is clean and well appointed. They have put a lot of time and effort into maintaining the buildings and making sure that everything is very neat as you're walking around. You get a very good feel for the city, and you're very comfortable walking around, enjoying the sights and sounds of the city and getting a feel for what old Charleston looked like. This is the inside of one of the churches, and it was just such an interesting view that we just had to take that shot. And then this was down by the port area, looking at one of the aircraft carriers and some of the sailboats around in the water. Off to the left, which you probably can't see because I think we're shooting in a different direction, is Fort Sumter, because you can stand on there right at the break wall and look out and see Fort Sumter from where we were standing as part of that walking tour.
And that's it for our slideshow. It was just a few of the pictures that we had from down there, and just wanted to reiterate to you, the combination of Charleston and Savannah is really worth a vacation for you and your family. And whether or not you're going to go on a cruise with us out of Charleston to the Bahamas, or whether you're just going to orchestrate some kind of family vacation, well worth your time and effort. So with that, that's the end of our show today. But as always, we have a drawing to give away a $25 Sand Run travel gift certificate. So Reg, how many do I have to choose from this month?
Well, we had 46 people that looked at the live presentation last month. But what we're doing this time is we're just going to pick some of the people that have been going to the website and looking at other things that are on our site and on our Facebook page. And with that, We had 46 that looked at the video, so we're going to start off with that number, and Steve will give me a number.
How about go high this time and go to 43?
And 43 is a name of Wes Burkhart.
Wow.
And he's a new name that we hadn't seen before. So we're going to ask Wes to send me a friend request and a message, and we'll get in touch with you and get that $25 gift certificate to you.
Okay, great, Reg. Thank you. And folks, that's it for our October show. We hope you've enjoyed our short tour of Charleston and Savannah, and we hope you like the idea of traveling a little bit more coming to the end of 2020 and into 2021. So give us a call, Sand Run Travel, sandruntravel.com, 330-854-3706. And until we talk to you, happy traveling.